If the fix was in, why not just disqualify you before you even got to the point where you were on that approved list?
Yeah, and everyone knows my campaign style, Andrew. Everyone knows I'm an aggressive campaigner and I try to win. So it's not like they approved me to run not knowing what they were going to get. And it's very clear if you look at the timeline of how this all unfolded, that they were never going to let me on the ballot, Andrew. They let me run initially, maybe because they didn't want to create this issue at the outset, and because I've got a good solid following in Ontario and across the country. They didn't want to stop the Axe the Carbon Tax guy from being in a Conservative leadership race, because when I started Axe the Carbon Tax, you know, the guys at the top of the Conservative Party, including Andrew Scheer, thanked me. Jason Kenney thanked me. They were all thankful. So maybe they didn't want to exclude me at the outset. But if you look at the timing of the steps on how this all unfolded, that communication I had mailed out to supporters. 2 weeks passed. I've sent an email. I hit the $150,000 threshold, which would have entitled me to the party list. And all of a sudden, Erin O'Toole came out with this complaint, and they used that complaint as a means of not providing me with a party list, which was instrumental to get to the $300,000 threshold. So obviously they thought I wasn't going to reach $300,000 without the party list. I still reached the $300,000. And, you know, a couple of days ago, Dan Nolan was on the CBC in this disgraceful show to continue to malign me, suggesting that if I just paid the fine, I'd be a candidate. But they only gave me 8 days to pay the $100,000 fine, which is egregious. And when the judge said I had 14 days to pay it and they knew I could reach it, they decided, well, now we're not going to give him the 14 days. We're going to disqualify him. So it's clear, if you follow the steps, that they were never going to let me on the ballot. They were not interested in looking at a reasonable solution here. They just didn't want me there. And I was a threat, Andrew. I was in third place when I was removed from the ballot, third fastest to 300,000 to get on the ballot without the party list. My polling numbers were climbing, and I was becoming a threat to Erin O'Toole and Peter MacKay.